Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Almus Market Mornings with your host Shikhar Garg, and I'm about to bring in some technical updates with Mr. Nikunj Bharakhda along with us, and as well as the regular market updates that we give. Quite an interesting day we had yesterday with price actions on both sides for currencies as well as equities. Russia-Ukraine war took some pause for the focus to shift towards economic updates and the ECB meeting. US inflation touched new four-decade high at 7.9%, cementing the expectations of a hefty Fed rate hikes this year. The only caveat is if Fed perceives a large hit to the growth as fallout from the war. US yields trade near their best levels after the CPI data. On the other side of Atlantic, ECB slightly tweaked their language to the hawkish side, raising expectations of a hike of 40 basis points this year as against the 32 basis points earlier. Now, ECB also upped their inflation forecast while lowering their growth forecast. Obviously, now these were not the good news for risk assets, but taking heart from oil, which has steadied at lower levels. Euro, which has taken the center stage in recent days, swung both ways, fell hard from its best level of 1.112, mainly on profit taking, but seems as well supported at around 1.10 levels due to the rising yields in Europe. The market awaits further news from Ukraine as well as European plans for alternate source of fuel and gas going forward as they plan to cut off Russian supplies. EMs also slightly were seen slightly weak, having to contend with tightening financial conditions, which will affect inflows. Rupee had one of its best days, gaining more than 1% from previous days highs in the recent week, but found good support around 76.10 from importers. Ukraine keeping the euphoria check, there will be inflows in the rest of the month, not only from exporters, but also from other year-end related ones. LIC IPO quite possibly might be postponed to next fiscal year, but the details or any more updates are yet to be received. So we contend that there is a range play that we can see, but for further details on the price action, I'll call Nikunj to give us a better technical update from the price front. Nikunj, please take over.
Yeah, thanks, Shikhar. Good morning, all. So technically, we have seen a kind of a reversal, a sign of reversal in all the charts, just because of some cool off in the geopolitical tensions. And as far as local or domestic is concerned, I think BJP winning 4 states out of 5 is one of the key reversal point in our equities. So talking about the dollar rupee, I think we had seen a very gap up opening last Friday, and it was a gap up of almost 80 paisa. So we were expecting that it will fill a gap, and yesterday it almost filled the gap by the level from which it opened with a gap. So we believe that as far as dollar rupee is remaining above 76, 25, 30 levels, it has the potential to move higher. But today, being the weekly close, if it is closing below 76.20, then possibly we may see more downside, probably towards 75.80 and 75.50. Exporters, any upticks towards 76.60 can be sold, and on the downside, importers short term can be hedged near 75.90, 75.80 levels. Talking about euro dollar, even euro dollar moved in the same fashion, but from the other side. Right now it is trading at 1.0998, almost at 1.10 figure. Today, if it is closing below 1.0950, possibly we are moving downward again. But that doesn't mean it will make a new low, but some kind of a base formation is seen in euro dollar chart technically. Any upticks towards 1.11 can be sold for 1.0850 levels. Gold, we have seen a good move last week, but the kind of formation it has made in weekly charts, it looks like we may see some more downside, possibly towards 1960, 1940 levels. The very good support area is at 1888, and on the higher side, if at all it comes to a 2020 level, that is a good area to book your profits if you are long. As far as it is remaining above 885, 1890 possibly will move higher. Otherwise, we may see sideways consolidation to the downside. That's all from my side.
Okay, wonderful. That was quite crisp, Nikunj. Now we do see there are certain levels that we have to keep in mind when actually placing any sort of orders or taking any actions. Hopefully, the weekend's gonna be good. As we say TGIF. That's it for today. Please tune in tomorrow again for the weekly wind up in case you guys have missed out any of the updates for this week. Goodbye. Take care. Have a good weekend.